As Super Sunday awaits Rangers tomorrow, it's been a super shitey Saturday on back to the channel. Bets have not went my way, results have not went my way. It's pretty much been shite. And you know what, let's just call a spade a spade. The league is done. Celtic beating Hearts 3-0, that's the final nail in the coffin. I mean, some would argue that maybe getting pumped next week would be the final nail in the coffin, which yes, you know, I would tend to agree with. But we need to go to Celtic Park now and win. Right, it's not going to happen. The league's over. I'm so deflated. I can't even be arsed making this video. I just, you know, and I'm not a happy clapper. I say how it is. Alright, and that may come across as too negative and whiny bitch mode, but I mean, Celtic won 3-0. The goal difference is +8. We're 6 points behind with a game in hand. You know, for my confidence to relatively go up, we would need to beat Killie like 6-0 tomorrow, and it's just not going to happen. It's just never in a million fucking years going to happen. And you know what's cost us, right? See the results against Dundee and Ross County, they're bad, but no, what's actually cost us, isn't it? It's the fact that overturned the goal difference, because we came out of those two games -1, when in reality, you know, you should be looking to come out of two of those games, you know, like +4, +5, something in that region. Obviously, the points would have mattered most. But you look at it, and then look at all these games, right, where we've won like 2-0 at Ibrox, or 3-1, or, you know, 1-0 away, and we've missed boatloads of chances. Well, you know, you've only got the players to blame for that, because that's fucked us in the goal difference. Because we're looking at a situation, but even if we go, say we beat Killie tomorrow, say we beat Celtic, the league's still looking shit. That is the current state. We are pretty much looking at the situation where we are hanging on to Kilmarnock getting a result against Celtic. That's pretty much it for our season. You know, the only saving grace that I think is there for us is the fact that we're playing Dundee at home, and we need to scud them. We need to put them. Honestly, we probably need to put about 6 or 7 past them to even have a chance of this league. So that's why it's over, man. I would love to sit here and say, yeah, you know, we're going to win it. We're going to stroll into Celtic Park. I mean, winning at Celtic Park is going to be tough enough, but the way it's looking, it needs to be by 3 or 4, you know, in order to like swing the league. And it's just, it's never, ever, ever going to happen, troops. It's a sad reality. I wish it wasn't true, but I don't lie. No, I'm not going to be sitting tomorrow buzzing about beating Killie 1 or 2-0, because deep down, it's just the way it is. I can't even remember it cut me off, but I know it cut me off before, because I finished my sentence not long after it. But yeah, you know, even the most optimistic fan knows it's over. We've bottled it. We've absolutely bottled it. The Motherwell game, these 2 games, you know, forget about Beale. And I don't want to hear, come on, oh, you'd have took this position when I came in. That's crazy talk. That's what that is. That is absolute fucking crazy talk. Because you know what? We were in a situation that weekend against Motherwell to go 5 points clear. And what happened? The arse went. You know what? There's good reason to be depressed. If you feel like me, then you're going to feel like, well, you know what, actually, Big Stevie's right. We have been second fiddle to Celtic for far too long. The title, this was the best chance I've had to win the title. I mean, honestly, I would say there was more chance of us winning the title this year than there was 2 seasons ago. Now, obviously, at the start 2 seasons ago, when Gerrard was there and Ange just came in, I mean, I thought we'd walk it. I did, even though Ange was doing good at the start. But then Gio and that team squandered the lead, and then you could have accepted at the end of the Europa League final. But you know, I remember thinking this season, midway through February, oh, league's in our hands, man. This team doesn't look like it's going to go back away. It's just full of bottle merchants. I mean, it's like Connor goals, man. Look at that bastard. What's he doing? Honestly, I think he's fading an injury. I'll speak the truth. I'm not gonna. Oh, he's not fading it. I think he is. Even if I don't have tangible proof, I think it's pathetic. Borna Barisic come on saying, "Oh, Barisic is hungry for more trophies." There's not many players in that team that's hungry for more trophies. Because see, over the years, they fucking let us down time and time again. All right, they've bottled it. The fucking bottle merchants are the highest order. The league's over. I'm sick of just handing trophies out to Celtic willy-nilly. That's what I'm sick of. You know, and obviously that's not just a Rangers thing, that's a league thing. and like, you know, other teams that are contributing to that as well could stop Celtic, but yeah, we're the bigger dogs. We are the ones to be expected to stop our fucking rivals, and we just can't. We're pish. Gets too big, and the way it's going, they're going to win a double. And you know, there's going to be players at that club like Alistair Johnson, who joined Celtic 15 months ago, and by the end of the season he could be sitting on 5 trophies and Tav sitting on 3. You know, no, I'm not pinning that on Tav, but it's pathetic, man. It is. And see a match preview for this game, I'm not even going to do it. It's more just a fucking rant about how shite we are, and yeah, we are shit. I'm just sick of playing second fiddle to Celtic. I'm not going to see tomorrow if we win 2-0, I'm not going to clap us. No, I'm not going to do that. And you know what there needs to be, man? There needs to be a level of acceptance. I think we're all guilty of it. We all just predict Rangers to win the league year in, year out. But I tell you what, man, a lot of managers have been backed over the years. Beale got a lot of money, right? Gio, I mean, he didn't get completely backed, but he still spent a lot of money on players. Like Gerrard, alright, see that season, we won the league in that summer, didn't back him, right? But he's even like before, I mean, maybe not as far back as that because we were a bit inferior, like literally. But it's like, I'm going to look at this transfer window, right? And I'm not going to be delusional, because too many people have been delusional. You see, if we haven't signed well, I can't predict us to win the league, because, you know, if we don't get rid of a certain amount of dead wood, what did I say, dead James Wade there. If we don't get rid of enough and we don't bring in enough good players, how can you sit and say we'll win the league? The only saving grace I will say is I think Clement is the best manager, you know, we've had. I mean, that doesn't take away from Steven Gerrard, by the way. But I do genuinely think that Clement is. He's been able to turn I think one of the poor crop of Rangers players in recent years into doing something. So if he can bring in his own players, there's a bit of hope there. But again, I don't want to be like, oh, but he's closed the gap to Brendan Rodgers. You know, that's pathetic. Beale closed the gap to Ange, a much better Ange team. Are we hanging on to that? Is that where we are as a club? Where we're going to sack our manager every October and be like, but he closed the gap to the manager. No, I don't want to be that, man. It's pathetic. I'm sick of it. It's just shite. And will we beat Killie? Probably, but it won't matter, because the same team that's going to potentially beat Killie fucking let us down. Let us down big time. They let us down, man. And I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely fucking sick of it. And I can't sit here and pretend everything's hunky-dory, because it's not. It's pish. It's absolute pish. You know, how many times are we going to, you know, watch Celtic lift the league over us in recent years? It's been shite. I'm 23, and see, for most of you know, I mean, obviously, yeah, we won a decent amount of titles in the 2000s, but you know, you're not an adult. Seeing you're like 8, like 4. Yeah, I mean, I remember the odd thing, and some, like, now obviously as you get older, you do remember more. But it's like, fuck me, man. It's been nothing but pain, and even when we get up to a level playing field with Celtic, it's just constant bottling. See, like, you know, the 2010s, like the early to the mid, and to even the later ones, you could accept being worse to Celtic, because that's just the reality of it was, man. It was going to take years to get it. Then when we won title 55, it's like, right, we need to bounce on for this, and we haven't. We're sitting in our shadow, and people don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. I mean, we're shite. They've been shit this season, but they're getting over the line. We're not, and I think that game today, Celtic 3, Hearts 0, that's confirmed it. But yeah, I have to wait and see, because if we somehow win the league, I'll be the happiest fucking person on earth.